So today I'm going to go along with the trend of the other videos I've been recording so far and go with another shotgun style primary. I guess could be second. It's anything you want to make it. Anyway, it's a Sledgefire. So the Sledgefire is a break action, technically. It's a break action blaster and it fires from shells. So therefore it makes it difficult and cumbersome to use, therefore I love it. So the neat thing about the shells, here's the chamber if you want to see it, they're triangle shaped. That's not the neat thing, but it shoots 3 at a time. Yeah, I mean, admittedly, that does make it a little bit weaker because it's using the same amount of air pressure to shoot 3 darts as opposed to 1 dart. But that has been answered by the 3D printing community by making shells that are tapered down into 1 or mega dart size or rifle round size, you know, what have you. I don't have any of those shells, so we're just going to go with the darts. You get 3 when you buy the blaster, and as far as I know, every link online that's promised that you can buy some more don't exist, or they don't work. So if you lose those 3 shells, you are absolutely screwed unless you get them 3D printed. That is a huge drawback, but look at the stock. It's full size. It's really nice, right? Anyway, there's an Zombiestrike compatible rail on top. That's it. There's not one on the bottom, as this would get in the way, but it's pretty neat. So it is Zombiestrike line, so it's got, you know, the Zombiestrike logo up here. It's got some kind of, I don't know, I just like the aesthetic of it. It's got that fake hand wrap that a lot of people seem to not like, but I don't care. It does not have any sling mounts that are easy to use. It's got like this gap down here that if you wanted to feed a belt to it, you could. Otherwise, you got these up here. You've got this little loop right here that's kind of awkward. When I've used it, I've just hooked a single point right here and let it drop. I've seen some people cut the stock off and use this just as a pistol. You do lose your shell capacity, but you also lose the ability to walk around and lose those. As you can tell, that's not very good. Of an example to show how easily they can be lost. But if you put them in upside down, maybe there'll be a different story. Maybe if I shake it a lot harder. Yeah, see, it's so easy to lose. So let's see if I find them. All I need is one. So let's see. It does not really. Well, I mean, before I say that, well, it won't shoot rival rounds. We know that for sure, unless you get a specially made shell for it. But let's see what all it can shoot. I mean, obviously it's made for streamlines, but we're gonna have a little fun with it and put a suction, a Velcro, and a whistle in it. I don't think this is really gonna work very well. Ooh, that's a tight fit. How rude of me. Please come with me to my range. Alright, so there we go, and yeah, that's pretty much how I expected that to happen. So, sometimes, for the sake of science, people shouldn't do things. And this is a good reason why. So, you're pretty good if you don't try to feed 3 darts that aren't supposed to be fed through this at the same time. Admittedly. So, whoops. Come on, baby. Okay, so the shell come out. And it would probably be fine if I did 1 Velcro dart versus 2 streamline, or 1 whistle versus 2 streamline, but 3 conflicting head spacing versus 1 very clearly streamline coated muzzle. You know, oh well. So let's actually load this with what it's supposed to. I find it works pretty well with Zombiestrike, as that's what I prefer to put through it, but obviously I don't have only Zombiestrike, so I like that sleek, flat shell look. So put that in, and you can slap it closed. It will eject on open, so, or it will do that, so you can at least pull it out. It's not like the Busby shells that flew everywhere as soon as you opened it. So there you go. It's a pretty simple to use blaster. I really like it. I wish the shells were more available. I lent this out to the last SENC event I went to a child. I mean, not saying that all children are inherently distrustful, but I'm just saying when I was a child, I proceeded to lose most of the Busby shells that came into my possession, and I am now left with 2. So I did watch him like a hawk the entire time, and eventually was like, hey, let's go find them shells. And we had to comb the field for them, and luckily I got all 3 of them back. So I got 2 of them loaded up, so you might be able to tell, this may be a good example on showing how quick the reload process is if you practice a lot. So take that, drop. You can either put it back into the stock, which can take a little while, but if you have a dump pouch, you'll probably just drop it into that. So there you go. 2, just as easy as that. Sometimes certain shells, or certain darts, like say the one that's on the bottom of the triangle here, may just flop out, but other than that, it has a decent spread. Obviously, if you're playing a game in which only one dart gets someone out, if you want to make sure they get out and hit somebody, neat. The range isn't terribly great. Well, I guess we can test that here. I just won't be in front of the camera. So this is about a 15-foot distance. The best I can manage is about 30 in my current setup here. So here's a 30 to 35-foot range test, shooting at the blanket. So you can see it kind of spreads out horizontally and makes them do a little sweep depending on the type of darts that you're using. But other than that, it can take, well actually, let's try some old used up darts, because if you're playing in public events where they provide darts, you might have to resort to picking up off the ground. These are 2 AccuFake and Wafflehead darts right here that made their way into a magazine of mine after an event. And here's an old Streamline dart. You never know, they might still show up. And this will be the last test we do for this video. So I shot everything but the Streamline, which, well, it found its way at the bottom of the muzzle and fell out when I dropped it. So, as usual, nothing likes to feed Streamline. They're terrible darts, and I guess that's why we're weeding them out. But either way, that's, let's see. Yeah, no, that's actually all I gotta say about the Sledgefire. I like it. I bought it for retail, so this is not a secondhand scavengers. But I like break action, I like shotguns, and I like inconvenient blasters to use. So naturally, this one's for me. Now, is it for you? I have no idea. But look at that stock. Maybe that'll change your mind. Either way, it's a neat blaster. But that's all I gotta say about it. If you like what I'm doing here, please like and subscribe. If you have an idea on an upcoming video, and if I actually have the means to do it, leave a comment. I might look at it. I mean, I will look at it, but I might follow it. Let's go with that. Everything else you need to know is in the description, and thanks for watching.